Anaha Veritas. This is Zaelith Veritas. And today we are watching a playthrough with a card deck on Pokemon TCG Pocket. This series' aim is to show how normal people who doesn't really play games that give you advantage of like more cards that you can get if you pay money. So let's jump right into the video. Oh wait, by the way, my playthrough will be in Chinese because my game is in Chinese, right? And it will be in a video form because my CPU and my graphics card cannot really handle my OBS, my skin, and the game running together. So it will be in a video form which is edited, and let's jump right into it. We got a card deck on the right, just if you want to play it, you can copy it. And let's jump right into the video. Our first opponent, Master Ball class. They got a lot of badges of Master Ball class, which is... oh no. So we got a Pocket on a field and a Pocket on a bench. They're using Steel type energy, which is placing us in a disadvantage because Altaria, the Pokemon we're using mainly for damage, is weak to Steel type. They got a Scizor on the field and a Scizor on the bench, which means they're using the new PAX Mega Scizor. So let's start. They use 2 Pokeballs and they place a Scizor on the bench. They let us have our turn, and we got a copycat into our hand. But you're gonna use it because we don't really got the card which is Altaria's base form. So we're gonna copycat just to get as much cards as possible. We're gonna Altaria, Cyrus, and another copycat, which placed us in a very disadvantage because I really want base form Altaria right now. So we're gonna attach our energy onto the Pocket and just attack them. They attach the energy onto the Scizor. They had a Rocky Helmet on the Scizor, which is pretty annoying because once the Scizor had a Rocky Helmet, it deals 50 damage. They attack Pocket and switch into the Scizor. We got a Chingling, and we're gonna place it on the bench. We're gonna retreat to Chingling. We're gonna use a copycat just to get the base form. To be honest, I want to get the base form on that Pokeball, but it doesn't let me. So we're just gonna use a copycat. We got a Chingling, we got an Altaria, we got the Altaria base form. Great. Now we can attach our energy into that base form, Altaria. And we're going to attack the opponent's Scizor. Ban the item cards, and the Rocky Helmet doesn't really affect that much because they can just one-shot us anyways. It's their turn. They attach the energy onto the Scizor, evolve both of their scissors, and place another Scizor on the bench. They use the copycat and just got 2 cards because we only got 2 cards, and killed a Chingling. And we're gonna place Altaria onto the field just to quickly get some damage done. We got another Altaria, and we got a Chingling on the bench just to let us deal 130 damage with our Altaria. Their Rocky Helmet damaged us. They send out their Discovery just to buy time for the energy for the Scizor. They use the Rocky Helmet on the Discovery, pretty annoying. We got a Greninja, which doesn't really help if we don't got the candy. To be honest, I shouldn't end my turn right that moment. I should kill this Discovery because they don't really got that much energy to deal 150 damage to my Altaria, which will just insta-kill me. The maximum damage it can done with their Scizor is 120. Still, it would place us in a very disadvantage, but at least this is a dumb decision. This is dumb decision to not kill the Discovery. We got a Pokeball. Yeah. So we retreated and used Chingling to just like damage the Discovery, and the Rocky Helmet again wouldn't affect that much. We had a doctor. They had a doctor. They got a Pichu and just attached the energy on one of their Scizors. Again, I should actually just go up and kill that Discovery, but right now I lost the chance because if I did that, they can actually just do 150 damage with that Pichu, like retreating and get their Scizor up. So right now they attach the energy to the Discovery. I originally expected them to just kill my Chingling, but they didn't. They placed their Scizor out, and he's just still using items, which doesn't really affect that much because he is using the ultimate trump card, Cyrus, and get Altaria out. See guys, moral of the story: kill their Pokemon when you have the chance, or else you will lose like me. And we got a first loss. We got a second round. So we now got a Chingling on the field with Altaria on the bench, and we can get our energy first, which means we are in an absolute advantage because we got another Altaria in our hand, and we got that trainer that can get 2 Pokemon with HP under 50, which means we can do 130 damage or 140 with the field really early. They got Jirachi on the field, they got another Altaria base form on the bench. And they're also using Psychic Energy, so our card deck will be really similar. They got a Chingling on the bench, the Copycat, and they got a Pumpkin. It's like a variation of this Altaria deck. We've got a Copycat, which we won't use it right now. We're gonna use this trainer just to get 2 more Pokemon. Attach energy to one of the Altaria base forms and just attack the Jirachi. They got a Doctor. They're both their Pumpkin. And they attacked my Altaria base form that had an energy on it, which is pretty smart because that will ease their job on killing my Altaria. We got a Greninja, so we're gonna switch into Altaria. Place our field so we can deal maximum damage. Use Copycat, because that's the only way we can get more cards. We got a Froggit, Copycat, another Altaria, which is pretty good. So we've had another option. I mean, by another option, I mean retreating. Yeah, to attack with a healthier Altaria. So right now, they had their pumpkin out, which is pretty bad for us. Because that pumpkin, they can two-shot us with the field, which is pretty bad. Which means I shouldn't use my field, but I want maximum potential for my copycat, so I just brew it out. Attach the energy to the pumpkin, they use the Pokeball, and evolved Altaria, and had another pumpkin. Which means if I killed the pumpkin on field, but they evolved the bench pumpkin, I will lose. They attacked my Altaria, dropping it to 80 HP, which means if they evolve the pumpkin, they can really just kill us. We got a doctor. We're using a doctor. Greninja, Pocket. We evolved Altaria, which is pretty much useless. If they got a pumpkin in the hand. So we got another point. But they placed the Altaria on the field, which means that they do not have the evolving pumpkin in the hand. Their turn. They attach the energy. They use the Sabrina, and we're gonna place our baby out so we can just not waste any energy and prevent them dealing damage to our Altarians. Got a doctor. And we're gonna attach our energy on our Altaria. So, then we're gonna use our doctor again. We got a Cyrus, we got a Pokeball. Attack their Altaria. So right now, if they had a Cyrus, they're gonna attach the energy on the Altaria and just pull Altaria out and just kill us. So right now, I was hoping that they do not have an Altaria, no, have a Cyrus in their hand. Let's hope that they got the Cyrus in those 4 cards. So let's hope they do not get a Cyrus. They resigned, which means they do not get the Cyrus, and we got a win on the second round. Now we got another Master Ball class as an opponent, even though we're just Ultra Ball class 3. So we're attacking next. Only a Pocket on the field, which is basically the worst opening we can get. They're using the Scizor deck, I think. Copycat. Ball. Got a basic Pokemon. They had 2 Vroom Vrooms, I forget the name, on the bench. Starter, Cyrus, Pokeball, and a Chingling. Yeah, pretty bad. So we're gonna attach our energy and retreat and just attack with our Chingling because they both do 10 damage, but Chingling, it doesn't really matter that much, and it had an additional effect of banning the items. And now we use our move, banning them from using items. They evolved one of the Vroom Vrooms, as they don't remember the name. They used one of the doctors. They attached the energy to the Cipher and they dealt damage to our Chingling. We got a field, which we won't attach because that will benefit the opponent. Use a copycat just to get, base form of Altaria. And we only just but keep banning them from using the item card. They evolved another Vroom Vroom. They retreated and get one of the Vroom Vroom out. They attach this random item. That item can make Steel type Pokemon to have 10 less damage, and they won't get status effects. And the next round they will just finish us. And so luckily they did not finish Chingling, so that we can actually use a trainer card to get the Swap Blues. Oh yeah, they're Swap Blues, they're not called baseball Altarias. We got both Swap Blues and attach energy to one of the Swap Blues. So let's hope we can get the Altaria next turn. And that move was actually just useless. We can only just ban their items. They attached their energy to the car and just murdered our Chingling. And swap it out. And now we do not get the Altaria, which means another Chingling got sacrificed just to return longer. They attach the energy to Scizor because they are like going after the Scizor, right? And swap it out. Like if we don't got any of those things, we're doomed. And we got a candy, so right now we have no choice but to evolve one of the Greninjas just to tank one hit from the opposing Vroom Vroom. Okay, when I use his ability, that will cause 20 damage to any opposing Pokemon. We're doing on a Vroom Vroom, and we're retreating the Swap Blue, and just end our turn. The Icicle, which is pretty annoying. It benefited my playthrough with Hydreigon, but I hate it when I see it on the opposing side. They healed their Vroom Vroom, and they got it back to they got it back into their hair, of course. They inflicted 60 damage to Greninja, and now we got an Altaria, which means we can retreat. But we're gonna use our ability first. Right now, I was troubling to kill the Vroom Vroom right away or inflict damage to the potential Scizor. But my first priority is to clear the Vroom Vroom, of course, because it will cause massive inconvenience if it stays here. So we're gonna retreat. But right now we can only do deal 100 damage. We can do 100 damage, but thanks to the Greninja, we can just deal that 90 damage and still KO the Vroom Vroom. Now we got 1 point. Far from ending the game. And they place the Vroom Vroom out just to hold us for a while. They attach a metal core on the Scizor, which is pretty useless. They red card us. Actually, this confuses me at first because we had 2 cards. If they red card us, it will actually give us 1 more card. Now we got Brokey, Candy, and the field. They use another metal core on the Vroom Vroom, and they copycat, which actually explains why they use the red card, because they want to get the most cards as possible with the copycat. they attach the energy to the Vroom. We can put a rocket out. So right now, I was troubling to damage the Scizor or Vroom. If I use my field, which is 140 damage, it will only do 90 damage because of the metal core. But if I use the ability on the Vroom, it actually kills the Vroom. But I'm too scared of the Scizor, that's why I use my ability on the Vroom. No, ability on the Scizor. And both metal core disappears. And then another Scizor, the Scizor. They use their Doctor. Right now, I really hope that they do not get the Scizor, but they only have one card left, which means they must have one Scizor in their hand. And of course, they are bolded. And they used Vroom's ability to place their Scizor out. And of course, use their Icicle. But if they do not get a face up with this coin, we can actually use both abilities of our Greninjas, because we got two Greninjas. Right now we got a Candy and another Greninja we can evolve next turn to do 40 damage, and alongside with the Altaria we can do 140 damage unless they got their item that can reduce 10 damage. But I'm confident that they do not have the metal core because they just used two of them. And do they got base up? Of course, they got base up, and they healed it twice. Yeah, and of course they get face again. And now I bet they got the time limit, and of course they did damage us. 170 damage. And we evolved another Greninja. And right now, you can see the problem that I didn't damage the Vroom. Actually, I cannot kill the Vroom even with Greninja's ability because I didn't got the build down. But even if I didn't put my build down this round, if I actually damage the Vroom with my Greninja's ability, I can do 20 damage right now to the Vroom, kill it, use another Greninja's ability on the Scizor, and then use Cyrus, pull it out and kill it with Altaria to get 2 points. I already got 1 point. That will win me my game. But I didn't, which fumbled the game eventually. But of course, it's that guy's luck that helped him with that Icicle, and which also cost me the game, so they had a responsibility too. We inflict 40 damage on the Scizor. Use our field just to cause 140 damage. And of course, I resign the game. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe and share it to someone you know. If you want to see me try some of your card decks, please leave it in the comments and tell me so I can try it out. And also, Pokemon Champions have been launched on the Switch, not on Google Play yet, so which means I cannot play it on my computer, and because I do not have a capture card in my Nintendo Switch. So if I'm making Pokemon Champions content, I think I will just make it animation style, but yeah, that's okay. Thank you for watching, we'll see you next time, bye bye.